People, Kinghuman here. Hey guys, it's me, and I want to do a quick video here I want to do a follow-up to the last video I did, which was about teens wanting to make money. I was getting a lot of emails from teenagers saying, hey, we want to make money too. So I threw out a couple of anecdotal little businesses, things that I've done in the past, and I've done a lot of things, so it's going to take me a lot of videos to tell you guys everything I've done. But this is kind of a cool thing that I did that you guys might want to try. Now granted, this was a business that was a real fad back in the day. And but I just tested it again not long ago. Actually, it was the last St. Patrick's Day, and people went nuts. So I know this thing can work again. So what is it? Well, I went to a trade show, as I often do. So when I go to a trade show, I scout the trade show, and I'm looking for the hottest, most crowded booth out there where people are buying stuff. And I saw this one guy, and his booth was on fire. People were buying stuff, throwing money at him, hand over fist. And I looked at that booth and I said, bam, that's it, bam, bam, bam. So what was he selling? He was selling these, I don't know if you can see this. This is so tiny. Let me get it close to the camera. It's a tiny little blinking LED. And it's got a little magnetic back on it. So you can stick it anywhere. You can stick it in your hair, on your clothes, whatever. But let me actually turn the lights down and turn this on, and I'll show you what this thing does. Okay, let me turn this thing on. You just twist it to turn it on. And this one is green. It's just a little green blinky light. And you know, I would take these things and I'd put them in my hair. This was when I had hair. I'd stick them on my ears, I'd stick them on my nose, I'd stick them on my beard, and I'd put a bunch of them on my shirt. And I even had a backpack. In fact, let me show you my backpack full of this stuff. And this thing has, my backpack has that thing is a, they call it an EL panel, electroluminescent little panel. And what I would do is I'd fill this backpack full of a bunch of colors, different colors of these little blinky lights. And I'd go to clubs, I'd go to dance clubs, and you know, any kind of place where there's a bunch of people. I'd walk around with this backpack, and I would walk into these clubs with all these blinking lights on, and I would get mobbed by these people wanting to buy these blinking lights. And they'd come running up and throwing money at me. And at the time, I think I was buying them in these little 2-packs. You got 2 lights, and I think at the time I was selling them for like $5 for 2 of them. And believe me, on a weekend, you could make $1,000 like that. I mean, it was fun too. Now I realize you teenagers aren't going to be able to, you know, go into dance clubs and stuff, but you can still go downtown, you can go to fairs, you can go to these events. And like I say, this was something that actually worked back in the day. You know, people went nuts for this stuff because nobody had seen it. And I got out of it when the fad kind of died out. I only did it for fun myself anyway. But on St. Patrick's Day, I was in Las Vegas, and I had a bunch of, I just happened to have a bunch of these left over. These green blinking LEDs, and I had them in my backpack for some reason when I was in Vegas, and I put about 50 of them on my shirt and all over me, and I walked into O'Sheaman's, and people went nuts. Where can I get those? How much are they? Can I have one? Can I get one? Where can I buy them? So I know this will work again. You just have to go to the right venue, and these things are cheap. They're really cheap. So I've lost my contacts on where to buy this stuff wholesale. I used to have the blinking LEDs. I used to have the pins that light up. I used to have the electroluminescent panels that you could put on your shirts. Anything that lit up like that, and man, I made bank with that stuff. So like I say, I lost my contacts for that, my wholesale suppliers, But I'm going to the trade show in August. August 9th is the trade show. And I will grab, because I know people still sell these things. So I'll grab the wholesaler's contact information when I'm there. Don't email me now and ask me who is it, you know, just, I'm getting back on August 14th, I think, something like that. Then send me an email and say, Kinghuman, I was really interested in those little blinky lights. That looked like a cool little business. I want to try it. Send me the contact information for those wholesalers. Or you can try and Google it and find them yourself. But anyway, something to think about. It actually is a cool little business. You know, you got to be outgoing and you got to go to these clubs and stuff. Now, one thing I got to tell you, when you go to these clubs, some of them love you and some of them don't want you in there selling stuff. Now, when I walked into some of these clubs, they went nuts. They loved it. You know, I gave a few to the bartender, I gave a few to the manager, and they said, whatever I want, come in anytime, because people have fun. I mean, I would come into their club with my blinky light stuff, and before you knew it, in about an hour, I'd look out at the dance floor, and everybody had all these blinking. Everybody was blinking in the whole place. And people enjoyed it, the clubs enjoyed it, everybody enjoyed it. But every once in a while, I got a club owner that said, hey, don't come in here with that crap. And you got to take that, you know, it's just part of doing business. You got to take the good with the bad. Don't worry about it. Very few and far between did people say, hey, we don't want you in here with that stuff. So anyway, be ballsy, you know, do it. Put this stuff on, go out, and you'll make money. That's all I can say, okay? At least I did back in the day. It's a suggestion. Do it, don't do it, whatever, but I will get the information for you guys on this. Good luck, be good to somebody, and maybe I'll even buy a bunch of these at the trade show and give them away as prizes. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright guys, bayonara!